Hello everyone and welcome to the another video. So today we will be looking what are the skills required to work in the QC department or quality control department. So whenever you go in a pharmaceutical company, this is very important things to remember in order to work properly there. So let us see some of the important aspects. So first is going to be weighing of the drugs like API, excipients, chemicals, solutions. So whatever drugs it is form and in any form it is present like active pharmaceutical ingredients or be it any excipients used in the pharmaceutical drug or chemicals. So we should be able to weigh it properly like and we need to weigh it in the semi micro, micro and ultra micro balances. For weighing the smallest amounts, ultra micro and micro balances are selected. So as you can see, this is called as micro balance, or this is also called as ultra micro balance in some companies where we only weigh few mgs like 2 mg, 3 mg, 5 mg, not more than that. We will weigh in this ultra micro balances because these are very highly sensitive and we need to keep under a vacuum enclosed in order to weigh properly. So air will be restricted in this environment, in the vacuum closed environment, and we will weigh properly because very small amount is present. So suppose you are weighing 2 mg and a small deviation of around 0.1 mg will be give you around 5% deviation. So this is not allowed, therefore it is kept in a enclosed vessels, enclosed chamber we can tell. And this is the analytical balance. We will simply call it analytical balance. We will simply weigh more than 20 mg to 100 gram. For larger quantity we will use these balances, so we need to weigh properly whatever the balance we are using. For the QC department it is very important because whenever you go in a QC department or in a company, they will first ask that whether you need to weigh properly or not. If we are not weighing properly, then our whole analysis will be wrong. So therefore it is very important to weigh properly in any company. Next is documentation, right? You might have heard these things many times. Documentation is very important in any company, in QC department, QA department, regulatory department, or R&D department, whichever department you go. So there is a saying by FDA, right? If it is not written down, whatever work you do, then it didn't happen. Suppose you have weighed 5 mg and you have transferred 5 mg weight into a vessel and the result is 100%. Whatever result you desired, it is 100%. But if you have not noted down this experiment or this task or this procedure, then it is not done at all. The FDA says that it is not considered that you have done this test. This will be considered as a data integrity issue and this will be considered as a false experiment. So you need to remember whatever the documentation you have done is true and whatever you have done is documented properly, and that should be understandable, readable and traceable in any form. This is very important to remember. Good documentation is a systematic procedure of preparation, checking, verifying, issuing, storing and reviewing of any documents. Like I already have said, it is a systematic procedures. You see, whatever documents we have generated and whatever experiments we have done, that should be documented properly and stored properly, and it should be traceable whenever required. So next is dilutions calculations. So whenever we are working in a company, like, right, 5 we have taken, say suppose 5 mg into 5 ml volumetric flask, and again 1 ml into 10 ml volumetric flask. So these dilutions whatever we are doing should be properly taken care of and should be properly monitored and should be properly calculated in order to have the final results. So whenever we are working, our seniors or colleagues will ask whether you are able to do the proper dilutions or not. If not, they will give a proper training to you first and then you have to do that task. So dilutions are important topic in pharmacy calculations. With the dilutions of a medicine, drug concentration changes, right? As I said here, from if you are doing a serial dilutions, then the drug calculations will be changed. So we have to be very insure, we have to be very sure in order to do that calculations and do that task. So you see here example, stock solution, then solvent, then dilution, then solvent, then dilution. From this we have taken 1 ml, then added solvent 1 ml, then finally we have done this calculation. So we need to be very sure, like mg per ml or ppm, parts per million, parts per billion, microgram per ml, volume by volume, weight by volume, percentage. If you want a separate video on it, please do let me in the comment section. I will make a separate video on the calculations of this dilutions. So next we have pipetting. So whenever we are doing a dilutions and whenever we are doing an experiment, pipetting is occur, right? We have to do pipetting, whether be it by microbalance, micro pipetting you see here, or whether be it by graduated pipette, or whether be it by non-graduated pipette or bulb pipette. We have two types of pipette, on glass pipette like bulb pipette and graduated pipette, right? You might be aware of it. Pipettes are generally used for moving small amounts of liquid or when measuring and dispensing liquids in ml units. When measuring less than 1 ml, micropipettes are more accurate and user friendly. So when we are using less than 1 ml, like less than 1 ml, then this micropipette will be accurate, right? Suppose we are taking zero point 0.1 ml, zero point 0.2 ml, zero point 0.5 ml, then this will be very accurate to use. This bulb pipette will be, this bulb and graduate will be are not that much accurate because these are used by manual approach, because analyst will may use a bulb here and they may release it more or release it less, so the dilutions will be wrong in with this with very less quantity. So these are very accurate as they are mechanical and they are using a hydraulic pressure to release the solvents. So we have few other important videos made, like quality assurance, quality control system suitability, HPLC, GC test, or quality control skills required at SOPs. So please do check out few important videos for learning more. Thank you. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe to the channels. Thanks a lot. Thank you.